To the cutter. The
I
cutter
still had it. I just taped it up.
The cutter's like, this isn't working anymore.
He's just like, yeah, I'll feed this to my pet leatherhead later.
The collector.
Yeah. No, I think all the stuff I want to know are stuff that we will just find out in a minute.
Okay. All right. So
whenever we find out what's happening with being shot at, but
sure. So you guys you didn't really spend any time talking to any NPCs aside from Rickett. So you don't really know the defenders. You never really talked to any of them, but I do have a list here because you guys did see them a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
You guys may want to know your enemy, kind of thing. Giovanni was one of them.
So did he ever come back from scampering off, or is he?
Oh no, he ran off.
Okay.
But then you guys have time to do stuff.
Okay.
Because he's still got a bunch of blocks to go, and then he has to climb 30 stories, and then he has to talk to people. Meanwhile, you guys already heard that the patrol is after you. Yeah. Anyway, when you were listening in on the radio, they were like,
surrender. Seems to have worked so far.
Okay.
No one's killed us yet. No, I'm not making decisions. No, I just will try to talk his way out of things.
So just to recap where we are right now, you guys are up the road from Rickett's. You're about an hour's travel to get back to the city, and you're under fire from a sniper who is in the defenders up there. Over the radio, you guys heard that not only did they think that you were with the Sky Terrors coming to attack them, but they've also noticed that you have a big boat vehicle, possibly war machine with you, that you are bringing up to the city, which is why they started shooting at you.
It's a boat.
Yeah, but it could be anything.
He's
it could be
watching
could
us
be
with
loaded
a
with
sniper.
explosives.
That's better.
And you're also still very far away. His scope is good, but it's not that good.
We should use the boat for cover as we move instead of dragging it.
Huh?
We should push the boat in front of us instead of dragging it so that we don't get...
Try pushing a trailer?
Well, hey, you're a giant robot.
Just the metal piece just dragging on the ground.
We have Balak and Case. We'll be fine.
It's probably fine.
We just threw cars at people when we wanted to.
Oh, he can hit you. That guy can hit you.
Oh joy.
Nice.
Is that the guy shooting at us?
He can hit you. He can hit you. You get closer, he can hit you.
Wasn't somebody leading us to the Underdome?
That's it. Just
but he's not. Well, never mind. Redneck's not.
Redneck's not here, so Redneck won't be leading you to the Underdome, which is a good thing because I started all this design stuff for the Underdome, and there was 4 characters that I needed to specifically make stats for, but I didn't have time to do that, and then I saw that you guys planned to actually climb the tower. I was like, okay, so they're not fucking going to the Underdome. Fuck this.
Yeah. I can only offer advice for this part because I think my character went with the injured.
No. If you're here at this session, then you're with this group. Okay. It was only for everybody else. Anybody who's not here is with the other group.
I'm going to assume Pathicus is here and Jack's with the other girl.
Yes.
No, Jack was sent back with a Krite, way
earlier. Oh yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh. So
Crack and Jack.
Way earlier in the day.
So what's that Krite tell people?
What? How would he know?
That's true.
He's just this sniper is shooting at somebody.
They're carrying...
He's not even allowed in. He's a brown coat.
So...
So, our bodies are just, sitting there, on top of a rug in front of the gate.
Well, the gatekeeper went back with him. So the gatekeeper got in, obviously, with, the wounded people who are allowed in, and they're just fuck off, brown coat. And Craig's oh.
Well, but, really, though, if we could see, that we were getting shot at, someone's getting shot at. They have a boat. It's probably the party. They're carrying a boat.
Who the fuck brings back a boat?
Hey, wait a minute. Wasn't I hired by, a complete nutjob party?
I think Jack's a nutjob.
Well, there was already a boat when you guys went through Balast's place. True. It's in the back, covered by a tarp. You're just huh? What's under here? A boat?
Boat.
How the fuck is there a boat?
Probably because someone did this before us. Like, hey, Ballast, want a boat? Ballast, want a boat?
He's just like, how did you bring this in here?
How
how did you even bring this up the stairs?
But I will give you tickets for the boat simply because you brought it up.
I'm just impressed. I can't even see the boat, and I'm impressed. Because he's blind.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think the Simon Knight's involved in that to help him see.
Maybe. Anyway.
But that's just a hunch. Which is probably wrong because it's me.
So, plans. You guys are being shot at. You're hiding under stuff. You sent Giovanni. He slithered away. Patrol is after you. Snipers are looking at you. And that guy can now aim at you. Because I realized he has a weapon that can reach you.
Are we going to find out?
And he's going to be a big fucking deal.
Are we
he's
going
way worse than the sniper rifle.
We're going to find out before it hits us, or you're not telling us yet?
What?
The weapon.
The weapon?
Yeah, the weapon. He's
No,
about
I'm not.
to-
I'm not
okay.
telling you.
Of course not. It's just
I'll
going
give
to
you a hint.
explode it.
I'll give you a hint. I use this.
Okay. Well, at least that means it's not like a laser or something.
Is it Wade's weapon?
No.
Okay.
I don't use a fucking railgun. To clarify, I'm in the military.
Yeah, I just don't know what
My
you do.
specific job, I use this weapon.
I don't know what your job is, though. So.
I don't.
Do
Yeah,
either of
I'm
you
an-
know?
I'm an
I'm
idiot
sure I've
sometimes.
told you my army stories.
You
You
told me
told
a gas mask story.
Yeah, about how
Really?
you got.
I never
your-
told you.
And
my...
you told me your story about using grenades running up a hill.
Okay. What's my other story?
Those are
Very
those-
specific.
those-
I did it all by myself.
Machine gun?
Yeah. 7.62 millimeter machine gun.
Ah.
1.8 kilometer maximum range.
Jesus Christ.
Don't we have a machine gun?
We
And
do.
the thing about machine guns, they get more accurate at further range. And by accurate, accuracy means something different with machine guns. The beaten zone.
Yeah. The
So
area
zone
where
that you
people
hit-
die.
Yeah, the area where everything dies gets bigger.
Joy.
Patrick gets his spine the moment before the machine gun fires.
And then he's like, "Fuck!" Falls out of cover, gets shot. Joy.
To answer your question, Mark, we still have the point. Was it point 30 mil?
Yeah, we still
The
have
one,
whatever.
the one that Ricky gave me, basically.
Don't you only have 2 shots left with it though?
Something like
You only have a couple shots left. I
We
remember.
shouldn't.
No, you're talking about the one we looted. I'm talking about the one that Ricketts gave us.
Yeah, I'm talking about that one too. She only gave you 2 boxes of ammunition, and you full auto fired, went through 1 box, and then you fired one of the 3 bursts from the next one.
Yeah.
Mm.
You've
Well,
only got 2
balls.
shots left.
Damn.
And by 2 shots, I mean 2
Yeah.
shots. And if he
So-
fires at full auto, you're just out of ammo.
So, I suggest we don't fight back because we don't want to make war
just
with
fire
them.
the 30 into the sky, and they're just like, oh, it's those guys!
I wonder if that would.
No, it won't. Like they're shooting at us, they just can't aim.
XCOM.
Hit them with everything.
So, anyway,
Fire the nukes!
Duddy.
Ricketts has a nuclear arsenal now, and they're firing 1 hex away.
Yeah, just like the entire thing just like splits open and it comes out.
the entire tower.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Duddy, any ideas?
How did we
Julius,
not
any
notice
ideas?
this?
Well, naturally, my inclination would be to find either cover that we can go into or cover that we can form up around us. But I don't know what's available nearby.
You guys are in a street in a commercial sector of the town. There's wrecked cars. There's I don't know, fire hydrants, everything like that. Anyway, you guys were going down the street and you started getting fired at. The only real cover I would say that you guys are hiding behind is like one of you is behind like a mailbox and one of you is behind I don't know, a newspaper stand. One of you is like.
What if we go into the buildings?
You could do that, but the thing is remember, if you go up... Actually, you could do that. If you guys go into the buildings, you'll have to leave your loot behind.
Oh, that's true. Because it's all in a boat. But we could come back for it later.
Scavengers.
Right.
Yeah, that won't be picked clean in 5 seconds.
Well,
they like loot everything in the boat and then they like stab the tires of the of the trailer just to be assholes.
Like, lift it up, pull the tires off, take those two.
The radio's gone from like the boat.
The boat is just sitting there. The trailer it was on is gone.
He pushed it off. Oh, that's funny. Just a boat in the middle of the road. Like, what the fuck?
Like the steering wheel's gone. Just like everything's stripped out. Just like
a giant canoe.
Oh, that's funny. Suddenly there's a pinball machine there instead.
Yes!
I love that became something that was with you guys for days. Like, no, we left behind the pinball machine.
Yeah.
I got nothing. Besides, don't fire back.
Okay, so don't shoot
piss
back.
off the defenders.
So your plan is don't shoot back and sit here.
No, maybe.
That's all.
Well, if there are cars can me and Balak try and I say put into position cars or stack them up to try and make some cover out of that then.
Out of what?
Cars.
Cars.
Oh,
cars.
So Case is gonna go into the open and start moving cars around?
Well, because otherwise if we go into buildings we lose the loot, but if we don't get into cover then people are going to die, and obviously from Casey's perspective got to protect people, so if people aren't going to move then I have to move cover to them.
What about the boat? Can we use the boat as cover?
Everyone is currently in cover, but their cover isn't very good. Like, for example, like I was saying, Arya is behind like a newspaper not a newspaper stand, one of those newspaper box things.
Yeah.
That's made of like shitty tin and glass. Like, or
assuming we don't all get shot right now, we should take some of those newspapers for later.
They've already been looted.
Oh, okay.
It's empty. There's a coffee cup inside.
Oh, hang on, so we can't go in buildings, can't we just find a building to hide behind, as in block line of sight?
Yes, but that would mean moving away from Ricketts, and bear in mind you have a time limit.
Damn it.
By the way, this isn't one of those like there is one clear solution and I'm waiting for you guys to figure it out. No, this is you're fucked one way, you're fucked another way. Go hard. Fix the problem, PCs.
Didn't someone have an idea of using the oil and the carpet to send a message with fire?
I mean, red.
The carpet is with Krite and the gatekeeper.
I would suggest using Jack's intestines, but go with them too.
Just use it as rope. Fuck do I care?
I don't need it.
Kathicus has more of a backstory anyways.
Yeah.
Not a good one.
Which would make you the only surviving Special Forces member.
He spent
Just a lot of mental trauma in this group.
Eventually,
Those 150 Special Forces guys, all his.
Nice.
Hers, rather.
was Jack too I see that?
Jack? Yes, he was. Remember? Because you had your platoon and he had his platoon, and your platoon was wiped out by like by the crashing debris that sprayed across the landing pad.
How did Jack survive that?
You were just ahead of everybody else, and it just cleared out everybody behind you. And then his group made it to the tower first and started fighting up the tower, and then the Cerberus guys were just like da 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 da.
Everyone died.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Anything we can use here?
Phoenix's last name is Norwood. Anyway.
So,
I just thought it was funny. She has a really cool first name, and her last name is just totally generic.
Okay. Good to know.
It's a farmer. Turned brown goat. Hot for his teacher.
All right. Craig has the theme song. I love that his genetic family tree is always like, and then they had a son and he married his teacher, and then he had a son and he married his teacher. And I'm like, man, it's like a family tradition marrying your own teachers.
Except for the person who had 2 sons. The youngest son married a nurse, and then his son married a nurse.
This is the weirdest family ever. And Craig hasn't married anyone yet. So nobody teach him anything, or you're in danger. There's Eric sends him to get like trained to do something in the tank. So there's Bomber. He's just like, okay, so this is how you do this, and this is how you do this. Craig's just like,
Actually,
get the fuck away from me,
one
Craig.
player character in our party with
Cool.
the teach skill. Oh, maybe 2.
Pathicus.
Pathicus and Balak.
The hell could Balak teach anyone to do?
With his bane?
Punch things?
Punch things.
Yeah, he can't
You could
explain
teach
it to them. He
Cage.
just shows them. It's like this.
He's like, no, you hit people wrong. Like this.
Do this! Bang!
Building from them.
Is he teaching intelligence skill?
No, it's Will.
It's Will.
Which
Which
he
is why I laugh when nobody ever takes Will, because teach is such an overpowered skill, because you can just like have a point, like just have another point, like just
Well,
tell
whatever
all
it
your
does,
friends.
it essentially just reduces the cost.
It
of
reduces the
lessons,
cost,
right?
but it can reduce the cost down to 1. And you
So
guys,
you can just be like, fucking like.
yeah, you're
10
just like
kills.
bang, 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 bang. I got 10 skills per at this level. And then you teach somebody else, and he levels up again. He's just like bang, 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 bang. I got 12 new skills.
Wow. Yeah, Balak can teach, but he has like 3 skills that he can teach.
The thing is like teach is the reason I say teach is overpowered is you can teach a certain number of people at the same time. You don't just have to teach
Yeah.
one person. So if you have one person who's like a dedicated teacher in your war band, then all of a sudden your whole war band is earning like 12 skills every time they go up a level. Like your brown coats go from like being shitty as hell to being badasses because they're just like, oh yeah, I just gained 8 ranks in rifle because fuck you.
Well, we could make all our brown.
But nobody ever takes high will because they don't realize will is important.
Pathicus has high will. 14.
Does he have teach?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
So
Does he have any combat skills?
Yeah, what weapons is he trained? He's trained with a bow.
And
So now you have a troop of archers. Brown coat archers.
Well, that sounds about as effective as they were before.
Man, the North Army is weird.
Well, isn't their leader an archer though?
Yeah, the South Army, when we were telling stories about what each of the forces are doing, I told you about the West, but there's also the South and the East. The East, there's a bunch of different settlements. It's like Alberta in the early days of Canada, where there's the Mounties who go everywhere between different forts, and they leave the forts entirely unguarded for periods of times. Yeah, that's a thing that we used to do. We would just like lock the door on the fort and just ride away.
Super brilliant.
And it's so funny because sometimes we would like give the keys to a native. Could you hang on to this? Could you watch our fort? And just leave and come back like 3 months later. Be like, hey, we need into the fort. Can you guys let us in? Really funny. But anyway. Anyway, it's a bunch of different forts, and there's more feudal groups out in the east that they're fighting because there's a lot of animals out east, like beasts. You guys haven't fought any beasts yet, I don't think.
I fought one.
You?
The one that was crawling along the walls of the... What was
Did
that in
Jack
Batman?
fight this? Or
No,
okay.
Oh, in a different game. Oh, okay.
Never mind.
I was just like, when did Jack fight a beast?
Yeah.
Where was everyone else? How did he survive? Like, anyway, there's beasts, think like raptors and T-Rexes and like other giant monsters. Anyway, that's what's going on in the east. Browncoats are in little forts, trying to hold all this stuff off from coming into the city. This stuff slips through all the time. In the south, there is a giant like World War I trench system that the Browncoats are in, trying to hold off the Cerberus from advancing. As the Cerberus just destroy them, and then they just fall back to another trench line and fall back to another trench line.
They're like, barbed wire, Cerberus. So, really?
They just walk through it.
I don't
It's
think
just like grab it as they go, like start wrapping around their arm. I'm gonna punch you with this. I'm gonna punch you with your trench line.
But yeah, your typical browncoat is like a World War I soldier, so...
Minus the helmet, it seems. They don't even seem to wear helmets.
No, and they don't have uniforms.
Okay.
They just have whatever they're wearing and a little brown patch on their arm.
Do we even have brown coats?
Some of them.
Occasionally.
But even if they were wearing a brown coat or like a tan coat or whatever, they would still have to wear the patch. Otherwise, you're just some guy in a brown coat. There's a difference. One of them is contemptible, one of them might actually be competent. Brown coat's over here.
I figured.
Anyway. So, anyway, you guys are in this situation. What are you doing?
Any chance of reestablishing radio contact or no?
Well, they did switch radio channels. You could try and reestablish the radio contact, but they've pretty much, like, from the conversation you guys had with them over the radio, they're pretty much like, yeah, we're sick of your bullshit, and they just changed the channel on you. So there would be a very limited chance of making progress on that end. Because they're already predisposed to think you guys are enemies.
What if we find it? We're just like, we surrender! Come take us prisoner and take all our stuff!
Right, but bear in mind that Ricketts doesn't do...
Prisoners, right.
Well, it doesn't do prisoners, but it doesn't do, like, you're not on our side, fuck off. Like... So their way of taking prisoners would be like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, take all their stuff.
Yeah.
Well, for me, the way I see this going is that we've got two problems. A, we're not in good enough cover, and B, we need to move forward. Going into good enough cover means we can't move forward, and moving forward means we're out of cover entirely. So, the only solution in my mind is to pick up cover and take it with us.
Yeah, couldn't
our two bruisers lift something coverish between them and
Like what?
the boat?
You want to pick up the boat and carry it between those two guys and have the whole party behind it?
Do they have any, like...
Bear in mind, the only reason Case and Balak were able to move that boat in the first place is because of the trailer.
Okay.
They're super strong,
Yeah.
but we're not talking like throwing buildings at each other.
Yeah, I know, but like, what kind of boat is this? Like, is it like fucking like 30-foot boat, or is it like...
The speedboat.
Oh, okay. So it's big enough, yeah.
7.62 would turn that into Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
the cost?
Yeah. In front of a gun like that, no.
It's designed to take up here.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just jump in a building.
Yeah.
But then do what? Just leave the loot behind?
Which of the loot is portable enough to take with us?
Take this! Take this! Take this! Don't do this.
Everybody grab some of the loot and run!
So, the toolkit, it's like that big? Like, okay.
It's a big metal box and it's really heavy. It's like 50 pounds.
Don't we have one?
Yeah.
We do?
Mm-hmm.
But that would probably be like one of the most valuable pieces of loot there.
Big time.
So.
Hey, okay,
Stuff we
Daddy,
have.
what is... You have the...
Is somebody going to take the safe?
How much is...
I didn't hear Mark then.
You
Pretty
have
heavy.
the list of how much everything's worth, right?
Daddy!
Yeah, Eric did.
I got it too.
Go find it.
Daddy!
What?
Daddy!
What is the most valuable loot?
Stop shouting my name at me.
Daddy!
I got it. It's right nearby for me.
Yeah, is that just the list? Because I have a list with values here.
Yeah, I got that one too. Don't worry. I
Okay.
downloaded it once you guys were talking about it.
Sophia Doom.
What?
She's one of the members of the Furies.
Do I need to make last names for characters too?
I did, but I only use one name. Like Phoenix, you guys all call her Phoenix. Her full name is Phoenix Norwood.
Okay. And I'll have to have a last name for Pat because.
But
So
some of these names are pretty great.
yeah, toolkit is 200 tickets. We are definitely taking that.
Bow and take the toolkit.
Okay.
What's our tool?
Tool.
He just like rips the steering wheel off the boat and runs off.
Somebody
Someone hand him the toolkit. They're like, point, like, take this. Okay, picks it up.
Opens it.
Dumps everything out. Runs away.
The safe is worth 100 tickets.
Yep.
Unopened.
What size is the generator?
Huge.
Huge. Okay.
Huge.
Like it's not like person portable.
It's like big as this couch.
Okay. Damn.
The only reason we have that is the boat.
Yeah, because it's in the boat.
Yeah.
You guys are moving along.
Okay, we're
Audio stopped for us.
for us.
Yeah. We can't hear them. They can't hear us.
That's because my computer's frozen.
Huh.
Yeah.
Can they still hear us over that
Yeah.
thingy?
No.
No. Okay.
So
yeah, my computer is
Anyway,
dead.
no one can hear us over stream. That's good.
no, we can. They can still hear us there.
We
but
just can't hear
they need
them.
to hear us there.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Pathicus should not take the radio.
Yeah, it'll turn on and he'll just die.
There's a reason there. I see that more than dying.
Hmm.
This is one of the most inconvenient flaws ever. Noise hurts me. Even
As
when it's
does-
not noisy, it's too noisy.
As does darkness.
All right.
Except darkness like actually hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just restarted it. It died.
Radical.
You need a new computer.
We all need new computers. Like
I don't.
Just the most jury-rigged podcast ever.
No, I think my need is the most pressing. Case in point.
Yeah, you win worst computer award.
No sound on the stream. We
No.
see sound on the stream.
Yeah, it's registering.
Yeah.
Maybe you just have it muted?
Oh god, that's not good. Have we been podcasting with no sound this whole time?
Not likely. I'm not certain what's going on, but we'll fix it. You fix that.
Yeah, it's just starting.
No sound's not good.
Your PC is at risk.
Yes, it is.
That's just because I don't have a firewall.
Rad.
Let's move this to a now less hot part of the table.
It's just like on fire.
Well,
Wow.
he doesn't have a fan.
I showed you the fan already, right?
Oh yeah, I don't even want it. Don't even show that to me. That is sick. Like I thought my computer was bad until I saw that. Yes, closer to this. Closer, please. Just ruin everything.
I hate that screen.
Come on.
They need to balance.
Get back in place.
Problem
Okay.
existed between chair and keyboard.
What? Chair and keyboard.
Oh, it's the user. I get it. Duddy's just being British and clever.
Oh.
Like an asshole. Because I don't understand.
So he's like doing like actual computer talking to just
soulless stream is.
Just savages.
Hit with rock?
We're pretty much Marseillans. Like, what is this, governor? It's a PC. We're like the guys from that commercial. Like the lady pulls out the tablet and does whatever with it, turns it into a laptop or whatever, and then all of a sudden everyone around her is like in the medieval times, and there's like, what's that? I can't remember what commercial it is, but